Good morning students, welcome back to online classes. Today we are going to see about the new topic, that is the chapter 4 oscillations. That is the chapter 4 is the oscillations. Everybody will know that oscillations. What is the oscillations? For best examples, in earlier days we can see our clock. What is the type of the pendulum clock? It going to and fro motions and comes to the rest positions. It is one of the familiar example for the oscillatory motions. And also one more thing I need to say that Tanjavur Talayati Bombe, the famous Talayati Bombe for our Indian culture. See, can you see that Tanjavur Talayati Bombe? Yes. So when you are touched, when you are disturbed the body, what happens? It moves to and fro and comes back to the resting positions. Okay. And also another examples. When you are walking on the road, how will you when you are walking means morning time you can walking now. So and at that walking time, how will you walk? You can move your hand and leg back and front motions. That is also, it goes back and front, then comes to the rest position. So these are the familiar examples. And also the cradle of a swing. When your mother cradle a swing for her child to sleep. So these are the examples for oscillatory motions. So this you can say these oscillatory motions are vibration motions. See, when the frequency is very low means you can say this is a oscillatory motions. If it is high means you can say that a vibrative motions. Vibration means when the atoms are made to vibrating motions, it at high frequencies. For example, you can use the guitar, these musical instruments we can use now. And also these vibrating motions are mostly used in our industries, engineering, structural designing. For that purpose we are using that. Okay, see here. So in that oscillations, you know that variety types of various kinds of the motions. Before that you can say rectilinear motion. What is called rectilinear motion? That is linear motion, straight line motions. In the straight line, when I am moving means, how can you say that displacement? That is distance x. How can you say that velocity v? Can you understand now what I am telling the rectilinear motion? Linear motion. Linear motion means you can say that velocity is small v, and then one minute you can velocity can say that velocity can say is small v, and then the distance, the displacement is taken as the x. These are the terms you can use in the rectilinear. Okay, see what is the motions of your projectile. You know that the projectile in kinematics I can explain all those things. When I am projected some objects means see that force is resolved into two components. One is the horizontal, another one is the vertical. That is u sin theta, u cos theta, and u sin theta. So these are the motions. Okay, you already learn it and you can differentiate what is that linear motion, what is the rotational motion. In linear you can say that velocity is v means, in rotational you can say that omega. So these are the differentiator when we are using the terms, physical terms. Okay, but these motions are non-repetitions. It can't repeat it again and again. For example, see the waxing and waning of the moon, the rising of the sun, the revolution around the sun. So these are the repetitions. It will be happen every day. There is no changes in it, is it? But these will be changes. There will be no non-repetitions. So these motions are the non-repetitive. Okay. So for examples, so the best examples for that oscillations is here pendulum. So these pendulum motion, how it can swing? Can you see that when it is in the resting positions? When I am touching, when I am disturbing that pendulum, what happened? It goes to the extreme position. Okay, that is x. Extreme position. It goes up according to some extreme position. So you can take this is the positive and it come back to it, and then it goes for the negative directions at the extreme position, and then it again come back to the rest position. This position is called as the equilibrium position. This position is called as the equilibrium position or mean positions. This is called oscillatory motion. This is called as the oscillatory motion. So the best examples for that oscillatory motion is when the object moves towards the extreme position and comes to the mean position, and then go backwards to the extreme positions and come then back to the original position. That position is called as the mean positions. Or you can say that it is called as the equilibrium positions. Can you understand, ma? Yes. So already I said when it is in the low frequency means you can say this is an oscillatory motion. Similarly, when they are at the high frequency means you can say that vibration motions, and these vibration motions are used in industries, engineering purposes. That purposes we can use for that. Okay, and these oscillatory motions are also be classified into two types. Yes, one is the periodic oscillatory motions, and another one is the non-periodic oscillation motions. So this topic is fully depends upon the oscillations. What is called oscillations? What are the types of the oscillations? What is the displacement? See, when the time takens, when the time starts, when time starts means it goes forward, it moves forward to x-axis and come backwards to negative direction, and then comes to the equilibrium position. So what is this? What is that oscillatory motions? So these are the things we have to discuss in this topic. That is the chapter for oscillations. Can you understand, students? Yes. Next topic. So what is that oscillatory motions? So the oscillatory motions are of two types. I said na, there are two types. One is the periodic motion and another one is the non-periodic motions. So what is called periodic motion? So the periodic motion means any motion which repeat itself in a fixed time interval of time. See here, any motions, you can consider any motions which repeat itself, repeating their actions regularly without changing it. So that it is called as the periodic motions. The best examples for that, the cradle of a swing, can you say that? Then pendulum of simple pendulum examples you can say that. And third one best example is the revolution of the sun, earth around the sun. Because when sun is the center, see the sun is at the center, but the earth rotates about the sun. The earth rotates about the sun. About it also rotates about its own axis and also make revolutions around the sun. Is it? So these are the periodic motions. It doesn't change its characteristics. So these are the examples for that periodic oscillatory motions. Okay. And next, the second examples. The second type is, first type is periodic and second type is non-periodic. So what is the non-periodic? So any motion which does not repeat itself after a regular interval of time, that it is called as the non-periodic motions. So what is called? See, that motions does not repeat itself, that does not changes itself. For example, occurrence of earthquake, eruption of a volcano. These are happens. These are makes oscillatory motions only. But it not be repeating. It not be repeating regularly. You can't say after 24 hours the earthquake will occur every day. You can't say that. These are the occurrence of earthquake. These are the unfortunately it will be happen, and it does not repetition. It does not make a periodic in a regular interval of time. So these are called as the non-periodic oscillations motions. So what is called non-periodic oscillation motion? Any motion which does not repeat itself after a regular interval of time. This is the non-periodic motion. An example for that is the occurrence of the earthquake and also the eruptions of the volcano. Okay, can you understand, students? The next topic is, see here, the periodic motions. In order to give some more information about the periodic motions. For example, when an insect climbs up a ramp, okay, and then falls down, and then it repeats the process identically. It moves, go forward the ramp and then falls down. Similarly, when a child step up, and then it comes down, and it goes the process, the repetitions of the process identically. If it is doing like that means, what is that? Displacement formula. According to the Newton's law, you know that. What is the Newton's law? Kinematic equations of motion, second formula, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. So in order to find the displacements, I am replacing the S term is equal to h. Okay, and then acceleration. What is that acceleration? The inside goes upwards. That is the acceleration. The A is equal to G. Similarly, A is equal to minus G. When the insect comes down, what is the acceleration? A is equal to minus G. You can say in terms of the graph, how will you represent? When it is moves forward means it is a positive, and when it is goes downwards means it shows the negative signs. So that the height h is equal to ut plus half instead of A. That is the acceleration due to gravity, you can replace that A is equal to G. And similarly, H is equal to ut minus half gt square. Similarly, I am replacing that acceleration. Nothing. A is equal to G. When it is goes upwards. In graphical representation, how do you say that? In graph, you say na this is the positive direction, means this is the negative direction. In y-axis, this is positive, means this is negative. You can note it that point also. Instead of you can note it. See, when I'm removing my hand from the chalk piece, means what happened? When I'm leaving this chalk piece from my hand, what happened? It doesn't goes forward. It goes downwards only. That means the acceleration is due to gravity. So when it is go downward, means the acceleration A is equal to positive. And when I'm throwing in the opposite directions, opposite direction means that indicate the negatives. Okay, so this is the plus and negative signs indicates when the object moves upward means it shows the negative sign. When the object moves downward means it shows the positive signs. Okay, see here, and every oscillatory motion is a periodical. You can compulsory say here. You can surely say that every oscillatory motion is a periodic motion. But every periodic motions, it need not be an oscillations. It need not be oscillations. For example, you can say that circular motions. So circular motions means I can draw the circle with respect to radius. So whenever I am measuring that distance, means that is the same only. So I can say that. So this is a periodic motions. But we can't say every periodic motions. The swing of a cradle, simple harmonic motions. The simple harmonic motion is a periodic motion, but it need not be a oscillatory motions. So these simple harmonic motion is a oscillatory motion, but it need not be a periodic motions. So these are the examples. Step by step I am going to explain one by one. Can you understand, students? Yes, sir. So and then one important topic for that, what is the SHM? You can shortly say that SHM. So what is called SHM? That is simple harmonic motions. SHM, simple harmonic motions. I can give one examples for that. Okay, let us consider one spring. Okay, and one end of the spring is in a rigid support, and another end of the spring I am loading some masses. Okay, when masses increases, so masses increases means what is that? According to Newton's law, F is equal to m into A. So when I am increasing the masses, the acceleration is happened. The acceleration is going downwards, and the displacement is also be happened. Is it right? Yes. Imagine like that. I am explaining in vertical positions. Like that, imagine in a vertical position, horizontal position. See, this is the mass. See, this is the object. It is loaded in a spring. When I am stretching the force, when I am making that some displacement of the mass, what happened? The spring is expanded. So the displacement is enlarged. So when I am making the force, when I am increasing the force, the displacement is happened. That force is directly proportional to displacement. If you are not imagine means, take it in a vertical position, students. See, let us imagine this is a mass. Okay, first of all I am taking the 10 kilo mass. Okay, and second time I am increasing the mass 20 kilo. What happened? This mass goes downwards, and also the displacements also happen, increases. So when I am increases the mass, that is F is equal to ma. When I am increasing the mass, the displacement is happen. So this is called, the force is directly proportional to displacement. That directly proportional can be removed, and you can introduce one constant term that is called as the spring constant. That is called as the spring constant. And also you are denoting the negative sign, because when I am extend and when I am giving the external force is in the opposite direction, displacement is happen. So I am denoting that negative signs in that. Okay, so these are be explained later. Okay, just I am giving some glance about that simple harmonic motions. Okay, so what is called simple harmonic motion? The simple harmonic motions is oscillatory motions, but may not be a periodic motions. Okay, that's all. Then after that, one important topic is so every motion is regularly happens now with regular interval of time. So what is called time? You know that the time means according to the crystals in first units and measurements. I am explaining about that what is called time, what is the unit of the time. These and all we had seen lot of the informations about in the units and measurements. So simply I am saying that what is the time? So time is nothing, that is regular periodic interval of times it happens. That is pronounced as the letter T, and the unit of time is seconds, and the unit of time is seconds. Okay, see here. And then the frequency. The next topic is frequency. What is called frequency? The inversely, the reciprocal of the time. The reciprocal of the time is called as the frequency. The reciprocal of the time is called as the frequency. Or you can say that the frequency is inversely proportional to time. The frequency is inversely proportional to time. Okay. See, you know that what is the time unit second? What is the time unit second? That is 1 divided by second, which is equal to second inverse. That is S inverse. Okay. And shortly you can say that that frequency can be denoted by letter nu. Students, here that nu voice nu, it can be pronounced as nu. Okay, see. So nu is equal to, sometimes they can write V. It is not a V, students. You can know that this is a symbol of nu. I think you know that. Okay, yes. So nu, what is nu? Nu is equal to 1 divided by T. That is nu is equal to 1 divided by T. Therefore, the unit of the frequency is Hertz. The unit of frequency is Hertz. Therefore, what is the Hertz? Nothing. Hertz means, what is the Hertz? Hertz is the unit of the frequency. What is the frequency? It is the inversely proportional to time. So, what is the time unit? Second. Therefore, oscillations per second is equal to frequency. That frequency unit is Hertz. Easily. Simply I have to remember that. Can you understand, ma? So 1 Hertz. 1 Hertz means you can shortly written like that. 1 Hertz. 1 Hertz. 1 Hz. Okay. Which is equal to 1 oscillations per second, or 1 s power minus 1, or 1 s power minus 1. Can you understand, ma? See, this is the frequency. The frequency is inversely proportional to time. The time unit is second. It can be written as S inverse of 1. I hope you understand. Next, then what is the letter denoted by frequency is nu. Nu is equal to 1 by T. Therefore, the unit for frequency you can also denote it as Hertz. 1 Hertz, which is equal to 1 Hz. You can say that like that. 1 Hz, Hertz. Okay. So 1 Hertz is nothing. That is 1 oscillations per second. So you can shortly say that 1 s power minus 1. Okay. And another one, the simple harmonic motion examples. You can stretch. You can take a spring. Okay. And when I'm touching the spring, what happens? It goes forward to the extreme position and backward extreme position, and then comes to the equilibrium position. So this is the equilibrium position. This is the equilibrium position. This is the mean positions. This is the rest positions. So in order to give that importance for that mean positions, I am giving this example for that. From that I have you know that F is equal to K into X, where K is called as a force constant. Therefore, the force constant K is equal to F divided by X. That is the force per unit length is called as the force constant. Okay. So these are the things. The simple harmonic motions we can see later. But before that, you have to know that what is simple harmonic motions and what is that formula and what is spring constant formula. Okay. Thank you, children. Stop now. Yes, next example 1. See, I am reading that example 14.1. What is that question? On an average, a human heart is found to be beat 75 times in a minute. Calculate its frequency and period. Okay. So on an average, the human heart is found to be beat 75 minutes in a minute. 75 times in a minute. So calculate that frequency and period. This is the question for example 14.1. See what they are given. The beat frequency, the heartbeat frequency they are given 75 times in a minute. Is it? Yes. So 75 times in a minute. How many minutes? 1 minute. So 75 divided by 1 minute. So 1 minute means how many seconds are that? You know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Because the time here the given is minute. You have to convert it into seconds. Because you know that what is the unit for time? Is a second. For that only I am converting that minutes into the seconds. Okay, see here. So 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So when I am dividing these two values, 75 divided by 60 seconds. So when you are dividing means that answer is 1.25 seconds. 1.25 seconds. So per second. So you know that per second means that is the unit for frequency. Frequency in shortly you have denoted that unit is Hertz. Therefore the frequency nu is equal to, you got it, 1.25 Hertz. dx. Okay, and also what they are asked time also. So in order to calculate the time, you know that what is the formula for the time? The time is inversely proportional to that of the frequency. So t is equal to 1 divided by nu. T is equal to 1 divided by nu. Therefore, which is equal to 1 divided by 1.25 per second. And you can say the hertz also. Okay. So when I am dividing these two values, 1 divided by 1.25, what is the answers? Finally, I got it. That is time. Therefore, the time of that beat of the frequency is 0.8 seconds. So this is the final answers you got it. So try to do all these simple example sums. Okay. So these are the first example sums in your book. I hope you know that this is a chapter 14 and take your book. I am also sending the PDF for that for your reference. Okay, see here, this is the page numbers. I hope you have the book and all. 336. Okay, 336. First oscillations I am giving the introductions, and then what is the periodic motions, what is the simple harmonic motion, what is period, what is function, and examples. Each and every paragraph I am explaining you. Okay, so when you are seeing the video, and go for the reference PDF, then only it will be very useful for your understanding purposes. Okay, so I am explaining each and every paragraph. If you are reading everything, means it is easy for you to understand. Okay, and then next topic is the displacements. Okay, can you understand these examples? Yes. What is the displacement? You know that generally how will you say the displacement? Velocity is equal to distance divided by time taken. Yes. In linear motions, you can denote the velocity term is v. But in angular motions, in rotational motions, you can denote that the displacement is theta. See here, I am explaining one example. See, this is the particle. Let us consider one particle. Okay, it is in the rest position at theta is equal to 0. It is in the rest position at theta is equal to 0. Okay, this particle at the position A. Let us imagine this is in the A, and it moves to forward to B. And what is the displacement? That is the displacement. This is the theta. Because in linear, when you are see, when I am moving here, you are standing here. After 5 minutes, you are going there and reach the point A, B. Okay. So what is the displacement here? This is the x. So this is the displacement. What is the velocity here? V. So this is a simple example for linear. I am going to forward to look out the rotation motions. Yes. So it is a point. This is the A, and this is the point B. So when a person is in the point A, it moves on the rotational motions and reach the point B. So what is the displacement? How will you calculate that? You know that these and all also you have discussed in the topic units and measurement. Radians. Yes, theta is equal to displacement divided by r. What is this? This is a displacement. This is letter denoted by dx. And what is this radius? R. Therefore, theta is equal to ds divided by r. In form of the radians, I am explaining these things in the units and measurements. Okay, see here. So, in rotation motion, so in a displacement, it will be always be noted as in the vertical positions. So, this is the, in order to explain in a simple pendulum, see, this is a simple pendulum mean positions. Okay, it is when I am disturbing a simple pendulum, it goes to the extreme position x. And it goes to the extreme position minus x. Okay, so this is a minus x now. So this is the extreme. So when I am making this, this is the angle theta. So according to the rest position, according to the mean positions, I am mentioning that angle theta. So I am mentioning that angle theta. So this theta is a displacement. This theta is a displacement. Okay. So what is the displacement? The distance traveled by the vibrating particle at any instant of time from the mean position. At any instant of time from the mean position. So according to the mean positions, it is mentioned as the displacement is theta. Can you understand, ma? Yes, sir. So another one form. How will you denote the angle? See here. How will you denote the angle? So this is the angle theta, na? See here. The angle from the vertical position as a function of time may be regarded as. This is the angle. So in the displacement, you are mentioning that angle theta. So how can you mentioning that theta? So the angle from that vertical position as a function of time may be regarded as. Okay. See, in linear you can represent velocity is equal to distance divided by time taken. Is it? Similarly, what is the distance? Distance is equal to velocity. In rotational motions, this linear term v can be replaced by the omega and t. Therefore, what is the distance here? So, what is the distance of the rotational motion? If I need to complete one rotation motion means how much of the angle is required? See, here theta is equal to 0. When it is goes to the right side, then theta is equal to pi by 2. Next, theta is equal to pi. Next, theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. Next, theta is equal to 2 pi. What is the 2 pi? You know that pi value is 180 degree. Therefore, 2 into 180 degree which is equal to 360 degree. Therefore, one complete rotations for that distance is equal to 2 pi. In rotational motion, the distance can be taken as the 2 pi. That is a theta. Theta value for one complete rotation means it requires 360 degree. The 360 degree can be easily written as the 2 pi. Okay. Yes. Therefore, distance t is 2 pi and omega divided by t. From that, what is the time? T is equal to omega divided by 2 pi. Similarly, this simple formula, velocity is equal to distance by time taken. Therefore, time is equal to distance divided by velocity. What is the distance? See here, I am doing some mistakes here. 1 second. Next, see here, small mistakes I did, sorry. V is equal to distance divided by time taken. Therefore, D is equal to velocity into time. So, what is this? This is a linear velocity. So, I am taking this omega's angular velocity into T. So, you know that D is equal to 2 pi and omega time is equal to omega and small t can be taken as a capital Z. So, in order to represent the time. From that time is equal to T is equal to 2 pi by omega. From that time T is equal to 2 pi by omega. So, this is the time required for that one complete rotations for that particles when it is moving at the distance to omega at the angular velocity omega. So, I think you understand, students, what is displacement. It's not end at all for displacement. Similarly, you have to give that equations form in terms of the sine waves and cosine terms. So, we can see these topics in the next class. Okay. Thank you.